gentlemen, welcome to Casting the Spotlight episode number 238. Coming off of Devin and Crystal's episode last week. That was fun.
Yeah. It was a first.
Yeah. She was the 60th all-time person on the pod. We finally got Devin back. Mm-hmm. So that was a fun one.
Like a lifetime ago he was on.
Yeah, it was some time ago. It was 4 years ago.
Yeah. Probably a little over at this point, right?
Yeah, it was like April that year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as we moved out that year.
Yeah, it was like June, almost. It's like early to mid-June.
Yeah, that's when we saw our place. And that does feel like a long time ago.
Yeah, it does, but it's moved so fast since then too.
I know. That's the thing, is because time's just gone so fast. But it's like it really has been a pretty substantial amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a common theme in 2026. We've talked a lot about that, how things have like kind of passed quickly, and before you know it, it's Christmas again. It's the next holiday thing.
Because we're getting old.
It's just so much.
The years just.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no cliche. That's fucking for real happening. But I guess we'll introduce this or that. Bringing it up a notch. We don't want to.
Hell yeah. We don't want to stay in the dumps.
Definitely not.
Start off the episode.
Speaking of throughout the years, obviously, we grew up watching a lot of movies, just in general, but like animated, action, adventure, comedies, sci-fi, all that stuff, horror, eventually. And there's so much stuff, and like I grew up watching a lot of Adam Sandler movies. Like that was just something my family, especially the siblings, like gravitated towards, like watching like all his stuff, and so we kind of decided that'd be a fun category for this or that. So tonight's category for this or that is Adam Sandler movies, and
he's the first actor to have the floor on his own here for just his filmography for the segment.
Yep. But this is one that we knew that both of us had enough overlap to have a good opinion on rating some of his movies against each other. You know what I mean? Even if I've seen them more times than you or whatever else, but it's like because I go through phases too where I'm like, oh, I want to rewatch all that stuff again, and his, a lot of his old stuff. But like his movies are so easily digestible that it's so easy to go through them because they're mostly all like an hour and a half, hour 40. Mm-hmm. And they're entertaining and funny length all the way through,
Yeah.
And often they have something for everybody like to get into, and like an actress that's fairly known and stuff too, and it's almost always like a good formula that worked for him for so many years. And he's still got Netflix movies coming out. But I am reading to you first. So, with that, you know what your main's going to be?
What do you got?
I thought about this too, and I remember distinctly when we watched this together, and I was like, this would be a good one to compare against everything else for a couple reasons. But your main is going to be Anger Management.
Okay. With
Jack Nicholson. Oh, that was like his third or fourth to last movie. He only did like 3 more movies after Anger Management with Sandler.
Yeah.
He had a pretty banger other than that very last one. Other than that very last one, he had some real bangers. The Departed was in between Anger Management and that too, so it's like that's another banger.
Yeah.
But
and he ended on a real stinker. Huh.
Like remember
I never watched it.
Oh yeah, it was a real stinker. It was bad. Don't watch it. I wouldn't watch it if I were. I'm not just saying that because like I think, oh, you'll pull something else out of this. No, you'll be just as lost and just as disappointed that Nicholson's last movie is that. As I was, I promise.
Dude, there's just nobody in acting, I feel like, that like had just... He has a face, man. That's like, he looks just like a fucking psychopath. And it's worked so well for him. Like, there's nobody else that I can think of off the top of my head where it's like, this guy just looks like a nut job, and it's like, worked in his favor his whole career.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he's one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he has a lot of classics.
Yeah, he's legendary.
And a lot of roles he can just dive into and become that. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's Jack Nicholson, but like when you sit with the character for a while, you start to just feel the character.
It makes a lot of sense that at one point he would have been cast as Joker.
Yeah.
You know?
He's got the face for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like just some of his crazy fucking his expressions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, anger management was so funny too. Like all the stuff, like all the tests like they put him through, and then like taking him to that thing, the Buddhism. Remember that shit where his like friend that like, used to bully him growing up is there? It's like John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
Man, like I don't know, anger management I thought was pretty good. I always thought anger management was probably a little underrated. If
the therapy sessions were always hilarious because it was
Chuck
like seeing all the personalities in that group. That was the funniest part of that movie.
Remember they like manipulated that scenario when he was on the plane about like him hitting a woman or whatever, and then like that dude Chuck's like. He's like, no, actually, I can explain what happened. It was this, it was really misunderstanding. Chuck's like, bullshit, you're a moving beater.
Who was Chuck? He was somebody too. He
John,
was an actor.
Who is he? He was in The Color of Money too. I was gonna say, just look at the anger management cast. But no, I forget what his last name is. But he was so fucking... And, like, Jack Nicholson's character made him...
Was it Leguizamo?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yep.
No, it was Totoro.
Oh, yeah, it was Totoro. Okay, yeah. He was in, like, fucking... Even with the Batman... The Batman or the Penguin series or whatever the fuck. He was casted in that, too.
Yeah.
He was in The Color of Money. He was in, like, a lot of shit.
But that was definitely one of the more... He was also...
He was funny.
Wasn't he... I'm pretty sure he's the Jesus in... The Big Lebowski.
Probably.
You don't want to fuck with the Jesus. That guy. I'm pretty sure that's John Turturro too.
Dude, he knew that there was gonna be, it would make, I forget what his name was in anger management too, but Sandler's character, like he knew it would make him uneasy being paired with Chuck, and he's like, I'm gonna pair you with Chuck, and he's like, he just looked crazy.
The worst guy
like,
to be paired up
with.
Oh
no. He's like, can I be put with the lesbians or the fucking... He's like, anybody, but not...
Well, that was actually a big misunderstanding. I can explain that. Bullshit! You're a woman beater!
That role was pretty fucking hilarious for him.
Just always at a 100.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be your main. I do think, honestly, we'll see how it goes and stacks up against what I have it against. But I always thought anger management, if anything, was a little underrated.
And then Jack Nicholson just
Sandler's filmography
fucked his life up.
Oh yeah, well Marissa Tomei was his love interest in that one.
Yeah.
And he set that whole thing up like he was, you should take this girl home from the bar. Linda's gonna be with me now. We've fallen for each other and shit. And it was just like, dude, he also like, was putting him through a process, of course, by the end of the movie, and he appreciated it, but like it frustrated the hell out of him when he didn't understand why all this was happening is, Adam Sandler's character.
Well, I mean, yeah, he was being a real son of a bitch.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, do you want to know what its slate is here?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Well, first up, we've got anger management, or one that I think we both talked about and think that it's pretty damn good. It doesn't always get the respect either. Came out the year before, Mr. Deeds, where he inherits like $40 billion from
like
his long lost. And like the community loves him, but he doesn't have that much money. None of them really do because it's like a smaller, poorer town, But they all are a community and give back and stuff to each other. Yeah. And so he was fine living that life, and he inherits like $40 billion from like a long lost uncle or something like that, like distant uncle. $40 billion
falls to him. He's like, what the hell? It was hilarious too because he's like a big New York sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the line I always remember is they're like flying on the helicopter to the estate and he like asked the guy, he's like, so could I like buy a sports team? And they're like, yeah, you could probably afford that, sir. He's like, you think I could afford the New York Giants? They're like, I don't know about that, sir. He's like, well, what about the New York Jets? And they're like, oh yeah, we could definitely make that happen, sir.
I kind of forgot that line was even in there, but it's like Sandler is like a Jets fan, isn't he? Because he was like advocating him for Big Daddy and stuff like that. And I know that's a movie too, but I do think he's a fan of the Jets, which is unfortunate. But
his love interest in that was like one where she was like not a great person.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that was the case in Big Daddy too, but he like found a better person.
Yeah. She was right though too. Because he was being lazy as fuck, and like he had that one
bitch.
But it's like she was also like not handling it rationally.
Yeah, they were just. It was definitely a horrible situation.
Yeah, it was so funny though. But anyway, yeah, that's the first one. Deeds, man, like it was Crazy Eyes. Rob Schneider's character in that one. He ordered like a gumball and Oreo pizza. God, it's like what?
Disgusting. Who wants gumballs on a pizza? You can't eat that shit.
And you're swallowing it up with everything else. Or you shouldn't eat it.
Yeah, man, that is kind of tough because
Deeds, man, it's good.
I feel like they're both underrated films.
And then he gives it to his like one of the guys that's helping him. They are underrated Sandler movies.
Both of them, yeah.
And so the black guy I forget what his name was in the movie. Like it's hard to remember all the characters because like Adam Sandler's done so many too, but he's like one of the guys trying to help him financially and all that stuff. And he's just like, you could give it to like some Negro organization like for charity, you know, whatever. And like then later in the movie, he's just like, just give it all to them. So like they get a check for like 40 million, just some insane number. And the guy just passes the fuck out. Like read the check. It's like he gave one charity that whole whopping ass amount. But he's like, I don't give a fuck because dude, he was happy as hell with his life where he was in that small ass town because the community loved him and he like loved doing shit for them.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, this is is actually that's the thing. Like that was a good lesson movie
too.
Movies is there is like a lesson in them in the end.
Deeds, that one was a really like you're like damn.
Yeah, I'll probably lean in favor of Deeds by a little bit.
He got played in that too because that girl like said him,
yeah.
And it was Winona Ryder, of course. You know who else? No I'm kidding. You know, I like her. She's always done a good job. But she can play an unlikable character really well.
Yeah, she played like especially when she was like younger. I feel like she just kind of played like that dark, sarcastic, edgy character. Well,
she's popped up a lot in things that we've talked about on here too. Yeah. Horror movies and otherwise.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's like a legend at this point. She's been in so much shit. She just pops up and stuff all the time. It feels like you're like, oh shit, I didn't know she was in this too. Or when you like really think about it, she's one of those filmographies that when you go and look at, you're like, damn, there's a lot of notable movies in here that I've seen, you know?
Yeah. No, she's been. He's been with a lot of like good actresses in his movies too, because it's always got like some version of like a romantic element, more or less. Like most of them do, you know.
Yeah,
they always choose somebody pretty good for most of them too. I would think. That's what I will say too, because I'm like everybody that he chose to be on movies with him. I feel like most of them had real good chemistry with Sandler, but I also think Sandler would be good and suited for like most people in that role. You know what I mean? Because he's a good time.
Yeah,
and he's
just kind of like a
dude. He can give
nice.
He's worth $400 million, and you wouldn't know it. The way he lives his life.
Yeah, I remember seeing a clip of him on like the red. I think it was like one of the murder mystery movies, like they were premiering at something or whatever, and like Jennifer Aniston was there in like her nice dress and whatnot, getting like interviewed. And he came like walking up and he's in like a Hawaiian shirt and gym shorts and shit. He's like, "Hey Jennifer, how's it going?" She's like, "Adam, you gotta get away from me right now." She's like, "You're embarrassing me. I can't take pictures with you at this premiere. Like, why did you come? Why did you show up dressed like that?"
It's so funny though, because he just doesn't give a, and he like doesn't have to give a fuck.
Especially when he's like, his production studio's like helping produce a lot of these movies, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so you took Deeds. All right.
Yeah.
Well, next up we've got Anger Management or 50 First Dates.
That was kind of like a cool, interesting concept too. That was a little more of a like heartfelt film too. It was a comedy, but like there was a lot of heart in that one. I feel like just because it was like this dude sticking it out time and time and time and time again, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Short-term memory. She kind of forgot everything the next day. That's what the timeline was.
Yeah.
So every day
it was that one was really
fall in love with her or to get
her to yeah. That was the one that really like leaned into the romance and the romantic comedy for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
But
some of them did. The Wedding Singer too.
Mm-hmm. Was that her again?
Yeah, it was. They were in 97, The Wedding Singer, 2004, 50 First Dates, and 2014, Blended, which I think I've only seen once, but I definitely like The Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates more.
Yeah. They're classics, I feel like. That one I'll probably give to Anger Management.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that too. Anger Management, man. Do you remember us watching that together? Especially that line. I'm like, that was one of the watches too. We watched a ton of movies together, but I remember it distinctly too because it was like the first time I had seen it in a while, and I was like, damn, yeah, that's a good one. Well, the whole group was funny, and like he was such a son of a bitch, Nicholson.
Yeah, the way he acted in that film was ridiculous.
Oh yeah. All right, next up is gonna be Anger Management or. Talk about top 5 Sandler movies. This is one of mine. Anger Management or Little Nicky.
Yeah, that was kind of like a little more of a balls out wild like 90s. It felt like a 90s comedy. You know?
I think it was like 2000 maybe, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
it definitely
had
was.
that vibe.
Dude, even the first few that he did in the 2000s felt like still that 90s vibe. In a way.
Yeah, that is a fun one though, because he plays like a very outrageous character in that one too. It's not like because a lot of times he kind of plays like a
Adrian and Cassius, his brothers.
Yeah, that's definitely one of his more outrageous characters and roles because most of the time he's kind of like a lazy
that's Corey's favorite
Blow.
It's Corey's favorite Sandler movie.
it is a good one. It is wildly entertaining. It's probably a little bit underrated too, but I feel like a lot of people really like that one too.
Yeah,
it probably got initially shit on though, I bet.
Most of his movies did. The Wedding Singer, Funny People, and like Happy Gilmore got positive ratings, but other than that, almost all of them got negative ratings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably say Little Nicky by a little bit on that one. That's
Little Nicky. Yeah,
I'm a little overdue for a rewatch on that too. But
we should watch it. We should take a day and watch
I feel like
2 or 3 Sandler movies.
Yeah, I feel like Little Nicky is one that I watched quite a few times, like growing up though.
Yeah.
Dude,
the concept was so outrageous, but it was so funny. his accent. Corey loves doing that too.
Like squint in the corner of the mouth
that was
speaking.
before my brother Cassius hit me in the face with a shovel. Shit. So you're taking, alright, so far that's 2-1 out of favor of anger management. No worries. We'll see what we got ahead. I feel like I built a pretty good list though. Anger management is up next, and it is going to be against Grown Ups. The first one.
That's a really fun movie too, because it's like an
that was almost one of the rare movies that were it was a very ensemble. All I was gonna say was like it had all hands on deck, and it like they wanted to prove they could still beat this team, whatever, but like it didn't really have a huge conflict in it. It was just kind of like the relationships between the characters. Maybe that was kind of the conflict, overcoming their differences and things that the families were secret about, whatever. But it's like, it didn't really have a huge conflict. It was mostly like just a great time movie getting everybody together, is the way I always felt.
Yeah.
And like...
Yeah, it was definitely one of the like buddy films in a big way, because it really was like all the friends.
Yeah.
Kind of getting together for a
movie.
Spade,
Schneider, Kevin James, and fucking Chris Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun too, because it felt like they all kind of got their shine in that movie too. Like they all kind of felt like they had a performance and were funny. Yeah, I'd probably lean in favor of Grown Ups, I think, in that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that 3-1 anger management down?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we'll see how this stacks up. I just have no idea about some of your answers for this. Next up, this one maybe. Next up, we've got anger management or Big Daddy, which is a movie you said you used to like watch a lot growing up.
Yeah, because it was like I was at an age at a point where it was like I couldn't be trusted to be at home by myself all day, but both my parents had to work during the day, so I'd go stay in the basement of the doctor's office that my mom worked at, because it was like, it used to be an apartment that the doctor would just go stay in after he got off work. He would just go down there because there was a kitchen, an office, so it was like
VHS.
There was a lot of like tables, and there was a VHS player and a TV in there, and there was like a handful of VHS tapes, and one of them was Big Daddy.
I mean, that probably, without even knowing the other ones, it was probably the best movie in that stack.
I think The Mask was in there.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was this movie called Captain Ron that like nobody's ever seen, and I've seen like a handful of times because of that shit too.
You might as well pop it in if you only have so many options.
Yeah, I forget like what some of them were. I think Dumb and Dumber was in there too.
Like
there was a lot of no, it was Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective was definitely one of them because I saw that a lot of times too.
Like in the situation that I'm trapped in a room for 24 hours and I only have 3 movies, and Jack and Jill is one of them, I'm probably gonna watch Jack and Jill.
Yeah,
but like.
Well, that's all you gotta do.
I'm not willingly. I mean, I'll watch all 3 of them probably a few times.
I mean, there was local channels too, so I could watch like. Sometimes I'd flip on like Jerry Springer and like they'd have like midday talk shows and shit. Sometimes there's some bullshit going on TV, or like Channel 11 would play some stuff like Arthur and shit like that. I'd watch that sometimes.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was one of the rare channels I could get earlier. I set up my antenna in my room, my fucking Indie Soto.
Good old Arthur. Throwback. What were we on here? Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Dude, Big Daddy's a fucking classic.
Yeah, I know, you love that one.
Dylan and Cole were like tiny as fuck in that movie.
Yeah, they were like 5. You wipe your own ass?
You little shit.
That was classic. That was so weird, dude, because like we were just like all the way down to Florida, fucking just adding the fuck up, having a good time. But it's like, we were awake for so long that when we finally slept, it was just like, okay, let's fucking go back. And, the crazy thing is like, I fell asleep just long enough to have that dream in the car, and I woke up, and I, like, laughed, and I remember telling you about it.
Yeah.
And we went to, like, breakfast. Did we go to McDonald's or something and get some breakfast? Sometime after that dime fuck
we got
story.
out, and it was, like... That was one of the times, too, it was in Georgia, I think, still, and it was, like, sunny out.
The Peach State prick.
It was sunny out, but it was raining, and the rain was cold as fuck. Because we were, like, tired as hell, and we were like, holy shit, this rain's cold.
Yeah.
And that's when you were, like, still half asleep. You're like, talking about spilling the milk, and you little shit, cracking up.
Yeah. I, like, had a dream that, like, instead of... oh boy, then pour me a bowl, and then he drops it. That's like the difference in the dream is that after he drops it, he's just like, you little shit. Spill that shit all over.
Makes him feel like a pile of shit.
He starts crying though after he does it in the actual movie. Oh man, so what are you going here?
Yeah, Big Daddy.
Damn, it's getting whooped 4-1. We'll see how it does though. It's still got another half the list to go.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Anger Management or The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, that's a real classic too. That's like an early.
I'm gonna grab another beer real quick.
And it's probably a little more on the, I think, bit of the romantic side too, but it's definitely comedic. I feel like that was also the point whenever Sandler was still like, was he still in SNL? I think he might have been, or he was like just out of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of his stuff on there too was like musical bits. So it was kind of like playing off of his talent and ability to do comedy and music, you know? But yeah, I feel like The Wedding Singer is one I'm probably really due for a watch on as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been a good minute. But it's kind of one that like put him on the map too. I feel like it really helped launch his career quite a bit. Like,
that was after Happy Gilmore, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 97. Like, Happy Gilmore's 96. Our birth year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably give that one to Anger Management, I think.
Yeah. No, I would probably agree with that, too. Because it was good, and it was kind of, like, different, and he could act a little more, and... You know, you could really lean into, like, feeling... I mean, I think you could in Happy Gilmore even, too. Like, feeling what he was feeling, but you still kind of wanted to root for him.
Yeah.
But, like, The Wedding Singer was a little deeper in certain ways than some of the stuff he had done previously, which was, like, Billy Madison was 95, Happy Gilmore's 96. But, yeah, I would probably agree with that anyway. So it'd be 4-2 out of favor right now of Anger Management. Next up, we've got Anger Management or You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Had to.
That was one of his more outrageous characters, too.
That was so funny, though, too. I don't know where I'd rank it, but I do enjoy popping that movie every now and then.
Yeah, or I should say, it's absurd.
Finding it on streaming service.
Yeah, it feels like it's on one a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't watched it in a good minute, but...
That was absurd, but it was fun. It came out in like 2008. I'll be good with most of these dates, as you could probably
I feel like when it was decently new, within like 2008 and 2010, I probably saw it a few times. Mm-hmm. But
at first, I didn't think I would like it, even being like a Sandler fan at that time, even when it came out in 2008. But then, like, I watched it like the next year or something. And I was like, no, that was actually pretty fucking
That was
funny.
like the same year.
I don't know where it would rank, but I did enjoy it.
That's when they were all doing the like kind of wacky shit. Because Mike Myers did the Love Guru that same year. I think it was
cut the hair.
And I always thought, The Love Guru is one of those movies that get shit on. And I'm like, I like that movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen it, honestly. Maybe I should watch it.
It's pretty terrible, but it's like, I enjoy it because I watched it. I remember renting it from Blockbuster.
You've seen Grandma's Boy, haven't you?
Yeah.
That was the one that Adam Sandler, like, obviously made for his buddy and stuff, too, and it was like, but that was actually funny. That was actually funny.
He had like a big role in
Nick
that.
Swardson played some absurd characters in like Adam Sandler movies for a while.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
The Benchwarmers and shit.
He's another one though that like he's a really really funny dude, but like he struggled with like alcohol and stuff. I'm pretty sure a few times, like he's, like had to cancel tours and stuff like that. But yeah, he's every time he plays, like John Heder too. I don't know what happened to John Heder. I fucking loved that dude. Napoleon Dynamite is still one of my favorite comedies of all time.
You watched it. You rewatched it the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I've seen that movie countless times. But
if
I'm just scrolling channels and it's on TV, I'm like, I'm flipping it.
We might have watched it the same night we watched Hot Rod, which I remember distinctly.
That's
like
great,
when I was in my place before we moved in together, we watched like a chain of movies like one night, and like I think we watched Napoleon Dynamite and we watched that. Hot Rod too. That was like really early on, like 2019.
Danny McBride just
we probably
beat that dude's ass with a street code. He's like, it's not even Sunday. I'm gonna take your ass to church, boy.
We probably watched that like around the same time we saw that piece of shit fucking Glass. Like actually, a decent amount of Glass was good, but then the ending was just shit.
Oh yeah, it was such a fucking bummer.
Have you ever rewatched it?
Fuck no.
I think I did like once, but I probably would rewatch it. But I'm sure I'm still gonna be like, that was a uneventful ending.
Let's just drown him in a puddle.
That was goofy. I think Unbreakable was my favorite of that trilogy.
Split was like really good too.
Split was good. Split was good. I just personally, I think I'd take Unbreakable.
I still think James.
What do you think?
I mean, I think Unbreakable might be like a more fun film, just because it's kind of like superhero-ish. Like it's superhero light because it's not fully that, but it kind of has that flavor to it.
Yeah.
And like
it felt like Split was a little more psychological between Anya Taylor-Joy and James McAvoy. Like,
it was like
it felt kind of more. It's like whenever they finally did Glass, it was kind of more of a bridging of the two.
It was like a psychological thriller. But James McAvoy's performance in that was absolutely insane.
They were different
played
things.
Like 20 characters.
But like Unbreakable was like what? I think it's considered like a thriller, but also something else. And I don't think it's action adventure. I think it was like maybe like a thriller drama or something like that. But I don't know exactly, or maybe But I thought because like they had great performances in Split, but also for the roles that they played, Samuel Jackson and Bruce Willis killed it in Unbreakable.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that's what I mean. James McAvoy was an insane acting performance in Split as well. He played a number of characters in one movie.
Oh yeah. He was good at it for sure.
Yeah. It was
not to get too.
And then Glass was.
Oh yeah. I know. Which one would you say is your number one though? You think ultimately?
Probably Split.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Just, I mean, like I said,
it's because it's got your girl in it.
I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy's a plus for sure, but I mean, James McAvoy's also fantastic.
No, he was. It was good. It's hard too because we just pointed out that like they're part of the same world, but they were like, other than that last scene where it involved Bruce Willis and you knew it was part of the same world, it was kind of like. You would have never really thought that was the same world. You know what I mean? Because the movies were like kind of a different genre. But they both killed it, which I think you would agree with, obviously. But yeah. Then they made Glass, and it was like, no, that didn't work.
I don't know what they were thinking, what he was thinking. It's
because
M. Night Shyamalan, he's had a number of thoughts he shouldn't have had when making films.
Dude, Unbreakable was so good though. I couldn't, like I told you in California, like I sat down. It was one of the rare times where I was like, and I sat down and like it came on after me and Roger were watching something, and I just was into it for whatever reason that day, and I was just like, dude. I was like, this is a good ass fucking movie. And then I watched Split like sometime after that. But yeah, I thought I was like, I really thought that was one of Bruce Willis's best performances too.
Yeah. Old Bruce.
But
what were we on here?
The Wedding, or no, you don't mess with the Zohan.
I'm probably gonna give it to Anger Management. I get on that.
Okay.
I think.
It's going to bump the score up to 4-3. It is trying to mount a comeback here. Next up, we've got Anger Management or Click. Ooh. Or as Bret Hart would say, the Click was a cancer to the locker room. Not that Click, Brett. The Click.
I feel like Click got kind of shit on when it came out.
Me and Corey saw Click in theaters.
Yeah.
I forget if we might have seen it with like Jason or somebody else. I don't know. We
that
saw
was
it
an emotional tug too.
It was. It really teaches you to kind of like. It's a good lesson movie though too, because it's like
appreciate the life you have.
Appreciate and be present with your people and not only be thinking about work.
Don't
and like
take
10
your
years
people for granted. And
yeah, it's like don't take the present moment for granted either. You know what I mean? Because it fast forwards and then he misses like a whole year and a half of his kids' lives, and he's like,
yeah,
you know, you don't want to miss any of that shit if you I would think as a parent. So we just talked to Devin and Crystal about that.
I mean, it all goes so quick, anyways.
Yeah,
like
when your life goes quick and you're like,
oh my god, these kids are growing up. That's what I mean. Imagine having a kid whenever you feel like your life's going rapidly, anyways. When you're an adult, like year after year, having a kid and just see them rapidly grow up would be like, fuck, you know. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed Click. It was another one though that I feel like I saw pretty early, you know, like I saw it when it was like pretty damn new, like when it was like a new release. Like that was another one that was a blockbuster rental, I'm pretty sure, when it like first came out. And yeah, it was a movie that I liked, and then as I kind of like started to grow up and I heard people kind of shit on it, I was like, oh damn, I didn't know people didn't really like Click, you know.
I mean, but there was a lot of critics of a lot of Sandler's movies too.
Yeah, but it felt like a lot of people saw that as the movie. They're like, once he did Click, that was the turning point when it all went to shit.
There are some people that look at it like after Anger Management, actually, that it was that way too. But it definitely shifted at some point in time. But I honestly enjoyed most of the stuff he did, even through Grown Ups, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Grown Ups was a great.
And That's My Boy. Like, that wasn't long after, too. And I'm like, that was another one that I was like, well, that was, you know. And then sometime during the Netflix era, you're like, oh, man. Some of these, he's just making some shit. And like,
well, he also made a fuckload of money on that Netflix deal.
He did. So. No, he did.
Yeah, I'm going to say Click on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
So is that 4?
It's 5-3. I think.
5-3. Oh, my God. Son of a bitch. Alright, next up we've got Anger Management, or That's My Boy. A banger.
You brought it up.
I did.
Yeah, he plays a real son of a bitch in that movie, too.
He's a good time.
He's
Donnie fucking Big.
He's a good time on a movie. I don't think I'd really ever want him around.
But that's kind of his character in a lot of these movies, too.
I mean, I don't know. I'd want to hang out with some of them more than fucking Donnie. That's for damn sure.
Oh man, no, like that movie was actually a good time though. Like me and Cheatham saw that in theaters too. Like that was one of the only times I feel like hung out in 2012 because he wasn't coming home that often also, or like coming to his grandparents. But like I remember that distinctively because we came back and played some pool and stuff too, and I felt like honestly that was a hit as far as like later than some of his prime years Sandler. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it was definitely still pretty damn funny.
Oh yeah,
it definitely had some moments.
Fucking Andy Samberg, like Vanilla Ice, and like a lot of his classic boys and stuff in it too. But
yeah, that was like the one he did with Samberg, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hilarious because you totally could buy in and see them as father and son.
Han Solo Burger.
They looked like
that was one of
that
was one of the rated R Sandler comedies. Like they weren't always, but I fucking That's My Boy might be in my top 5. I don't know for sure, but it's probably my top 10 if not top 5. I would have to reassess the list because it's definitely different than years ago. But for me, Happy Gilmore is still number 1. Outside of that, I don't know. Little Nicky probably is in top 5 though.
Man, that's tough. I might buy a hair gift to Anger Management.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh man, that's 5-4 out of favor of Anger Management.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of these movies, like I've seen basically all of them more than one time.
Yeah.
But like
they're all funny as hell.
All of them, I'm like, I could probably do a rewatch on these because it's been a minute since I've seen a handful of them too. You know.
Dude, he was the king of that just easy to digest, hour-and-a-half comedy, and it always had like some second depth to it too. You know what I mean? Like it was more than just a comedy too. You know.
Yeah.
Many of them had a romantic element, a good lesson. Maybe he had kids or something as well. Like there was just different things. But I think to me, in growing up with him, a lot of his movies, a significant amount of them, hit the mark as far as, now I'm not saying like it ranking in top of, these are my favorite movies of all time. Like some of them I really, really like and have watched several times. But he always did a good job at making something that it was easy to digest for most people. You know what I mean? Just an easygoing comedy that was like, funny. You could take something from and just, it wasn't even that long.
Yeah. Yeah, easy to watch movies a lot of times. I mean, that's what a comedy should be. You really shouldn't stretch a comedy out too long.
Yeah.
Like, I get it with certain, like, dramas or psychological movies or certain things like that. Like, sometimes the runtime is, like, a lot to digest, but you get it with certain genres and kinds of movies. But with a comedy, it's like, you gotta keep that shit tight, man. You can't let a comedy stretch on too fucking long, I feel like.
So you gave that one...
What's good about that?
You gave that one to Anger Management?
Yeah. That's a pretty close one, though.
Alright, well, last up, we've got Anger Management or Billy Madison.
Dude, I love Billy Madison.
1995.
I really do like that one a whole lot. That's like...
It's legendary.
It's just such a classic.
That might be top 5.
That just feels like the SNL Boys movie. Like, Farley was still around and in it. And like... just the concept.
What's his other friend? Those two buddies. Norm Macdonald.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, yeah. Norm, he was funny as hell in that, too.
I was thinking maybe Norm, but I didn't know. Yeah. Norm had a way about him, too. Like, that was the thing.
We're gonna go around putting shit on people's doorsteps. I feel like it sets it on fire.
Norm Macdonald and Chris Farley's styles of comedy couldn't have been more different, but like... Yeah. they were both hilarious in their own ways. And yeah, now they're both gone. But they were both like pretty big parts of that movie.
Norm was funny as fuck, dude, too.
Yeah. The concept of Billy Madison too is just hilarious. Like,
I'm gonna go back to school.
It kind of just has the flair. Like, it was around the same time too, but like Dumb and Dumber, where it was just like just making a dumbass comedy film with your buddies.
Yeah.
You know? And I love Dumb and Dumber, and I love Billy Madison. It was like, it's just, they kind of have a similar vibe to me. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna give that one to Billy Madison.
All right, so it finishes 4-6 out of favor of Anger Management. Not the worst odds, it damn near split.
Yeah.
But you
Not
got your
horrible.
list up to me. If we have to take a piss break during this, we can, but I'm good for right now.
All right. Well, I can't promise you're not gonna hear a handful of the same movies in your list.
That's fine.
But
I told you I was gonna leave out a few.
yeah, that's kind of how I went too. I went with some different ones, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tried to kind of.
I've seen them
out.
all. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Oh, I know you have.
They're a good time, man. He was a big part of our childhood, like watching movies too. We watched so many Sandler movies.
Yeah.
Because going Corey quotes him all the time. Haley like knows him because Corey quotes him too, and she watched most all of them too. We even me and Haley watched that Hoobie Halloween movie.
I like that movie.
In like 2020 or 2021 or whatever.
It's a fun Halloween film for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there was an era where Devin was pretty into him in his movies as well. I mean, that's the thing, like, I love some of his really dumbass films. I feel like those are some of my favorites, like Billy Madison, The Waterboy, Happy Gilmore. Like, those are probably my top three.
A lot of people hold Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore pretty high.
Yeah.
Like, those are, because, like, those were the early, you know, him just like, giving a fuck and, like, making, but, like, even they were different, but they were so legendary, like, you know, those two especially. You probably like The Waterboy a little more than me, in terms of his all-time, like, some of his stuff.
I mean, yeah,
those are your top
Big
three?
Daddy would be up there, too.
So those are probably your top four.
Yeah.
Or five, you know, and what else would you throw in there? Deeds?
I do
Little
like that
Nicky?
one a lot. I do like Little Nicky, too.
Grown-ups?
I might actually...
Or,
I might put The Longest Yard.
Really?
There, maybe.
Damn, I know, I didn't include that in my list. I was thinking about it, though.
But Deeds has a good chance of taking that 5 spot, too. It'd be between
The Longest
those,
Yard
maybe.
is such an ensemble, though,
It
too,
is, yeah.
that I was like, I think that's a little too, I'm going to pull it out because, I mean, I'm not going to judge you if you put it in yours, but, like, I feel like I'm like, because some people like that for other reasons, too. It's just like, oh, it's got all these, you know, but I'm like, I'm going to, because it wasn't just Sandler, like, it was, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of high-powered, like, names in that, too. Not to discredit it, because I fucking love it. I saw that in theaters, too.
Yeah. It's a good
But,
one.
I mean, even Courtney Cox was in that at the beginning for a while. For a little bit, at least, his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, what are we on?
You're up. You're in the hot seat now.
Asia, Africa.
Your main.
My main.
Speaking of the ensemble, is going to be Grown Ups.
Yeah, no, I know, but I feel like they, I mean, no, it's not a complaint about it because I love The Longest Yard too, but it's like, Grown Ups was executed really well, I feel like, too, to include everybody and, like, make everybody have their moments and their stuff, have some good lessons, you know, all that stuff. Which is why I think you also got a lack of normal conflict. The conflict was almost more internal within the families.
Everybody
in
had
scores
their own
they had to
little
settle
part.
within each other. So it's like, that was almost, like, different as far as, like, a film conflict goes. But other than that, it was like, I remember Grown Ups for being a great summertime comedy,
Yeah.
kickback, like all that's, you know, 2010
They all
especially.
took a vacation.
I remember we went all together and fucking went to Six Flags, then went to go see Grown Ups, like all in one day, and we're like, fuck yeah. It's the greatest day.
Alright, let's see how it fares in here. You got Grown Ups, and ironically...
So wait, Grown Ups is my main?
Main, yeah.
Okay.
And ironically, first up, you have Anger Management.
How does this happen? How? How? This happens so fucking frequently.
Yeah.
It'll be like the same one. Yeah, like up first or up last or something. Boy, that is a tough one, to be honest, because some of these are going to be questions I've never asked myself. Like, I have a handful of ones that I think I'm like, okay, these are to my top 5 Sandlers. I think Little Nicky, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison are all in there. Maybe That's My Boy. Maybe Funny People. Maybe Big Daddy or one of the other ones. I don't know. I think for sure Billy Madison, Little Nicky, and Happy are in there. Happy's number 1. I just don't. It'd just be hard because it's like I love so many of them too.
Yeah.
It'd be more like a top 10 of his in ways. But that's tough. I really don't know the answer.
Making it tough. The very first one.
I know. I really enjoy the ensemble too of Grown Ups. I may lean slightly actually in favor of no. I don't know. I think right now I would lean slightly in favor of Anger Management.
Okay.
But that's really teetering. Like that's a tough one.
Giving it to Anger Management. All right.
Yeah, I suppose. I think
so 1-0 out of favor. Next up, we got Grown Ups, or we got a movie that we reviewed on the movie swap segment, Hustle.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that once by myself, once with you. I did really enjoy it for what it was. Like, he was like a scout, and he was willing to get fired over like this whole ordeal, you know, because he knew he was bringing in somebody that could change the game.
Yeah, it was like his love for basketball.
It was. But I think by a little bit, I think I'm going to give that one to Grown Ups.
All right. Yeah, Grown Ups is just such a funny good time.
Yeah. This is going to make me want to go on another Sandler binge before, you know, we still got some time. I was debating, man. I'm like, should I start another show after Entourage, or should I just binge a bunch of movies before like we start the list and everything? You know? Yeah. Of like other stuff. But Sandler movies are always a good time to do it. Easy watches. Yeah, we might have to do that. We might have to watch a few of them.
I was gonna say, didn't you like watch a handful of his stuff like last? Was that last?
It was like early last year, yeah. But I haven't really watched too many of his since then.
So it's 1-1 right now.
I watched like 10 or 11 of them, I think. But it's easy to do.
Well, next up, you got Grown Ups, or you got 8 Crazy Nights.
That's one that I always try to watch during the Christmas season, you know?
Yeah.
It's obviously like kind of a 50-50 Hanukkah and Christmas film.
You always try to watch it during Hanukkah, because Hanukkah always, you know, typically falls during holiday season.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's a nice little crossover event.
That was an interesting one. That one came out in 2002 also, same year as Deeds. I think we saw that in theaters with Dad. Like, 'cause we would see some of those. We saw Longest Yard with him. We might have seen Click with him. I don't remember for sure on that one. But for a while I didn't see like some of the really early ones. Like, I know I didn't see Little Nicky, or I don't think we saw Deeds in theaters either. But I saw some of them in theaters, and I've enjoyed most of them. So yeah, I can't. Some of what's rated his worst ones, I haven't seen those because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've seen even Punch Drunk Love, Reign Over Me, which is more of like a drama than a comedy, and I don't know. I think he can act too, though. That's the thing about Sandler. Like, I think he's actually an underrated actor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, what was this one?
I don't know, man. You're supposed to remember this.
You got the list.
It's Grown Ups or 8 Crazy Nights.
I think by a hair I'm going to give it to Grown Ups on that one.
All right. Yeah, I love 8 Crazy Nights too.
That's one that you feel like you should watch just because it is a loose, like, good, fun, you know, fun time. The Whitey impression is like, what is?
You feel pretty damn bad for Whitey at times.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he's such a son of a bitch.
You're not welcome in my house. Good, your house sucks.
Yeah, he's a real piece of garbage at times in that movie. But
he's
it's
like 32
funny.
and just hammered all the time and just causing chaos around the town.
Well, it's 2-1 now in favor of Grown Ups. Next up, we got Grown Ups or we got Murder Mystery with Jennifer Aniston.
Did we watch those together? The 1 and 2?
We definitely
or at least
watched
the first
one together.
Okay, yeah, and I know that I eventually watched 2 at least. I think I've seen both of them once. I did enjoy it because I think him and Jennifer Aniston have really good chemistry. Like, Just Go With It, like, was great between them two. But I think I may give that one to Grown Ups also by a little bit more of a margin.
Yeah.
I did enjoy Murder Mystery too, though. They were fun, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a light,
them.
easy film.
Yeah, and they do have good on-air chemistry. Sandler and Aniston.
Well, it's 3-1 for Grown Ups now. That means I don't know if it's gonna get a whole lot easier for it though. Because next up we got Grown Ups or we got Little Nicky.
Definitely Little Nicky. It's a banger, man. It's a moment in time. It's real fucking like rock and roll Sandler like devil shit.
Yeah, it's funny.
But it was like a really funny concept for a film. Who's gonna take over hell for the next 100, 1,000 years or whatever the fuck? And like, Harvey Keitel was like the devil at the time.
A puny kind of.
Adrian and Cassius were his like brothers who were like more. Adrian was like the mind guy, and like, you know, Cassius was like the real physical fucking dominant guy too. So it was like they were both in Little Nicky was Nicky, and they were all waiting to see who got the devil's crown. You know, he was the youngest brother. Yeah, I think Adrian was the oldest, and Cassius than Nicky. But no, man, Little Nicky was fun, and it was like. You could definitely tell he was just branching out and trying some shit. And, like, I thought it was just hilarious. This ain't no super devil juice!
Just a concept.
Damn you!
Up and fucking did it.
This, like, we always... Whenever they're, like, at the Harlem Globetrotters game and, like, Dana Carvey's playing the he is so funny too. He's so good at impressions. Like he does a good Trump impression, and and he's like, he's the referee where like Little Nicky like shoots the three of them, and he's just like, get that crap out of here, and he just smacks it out. It's like,
he's great.
It's Little Nicky's. It's definitely one of my. The fact that he had the balls to try something that wild too, that was just that funny, was just awesome.
Yeah.
And like they had Ozzy biting the bat and shit in it, and like Ozzy, holy shit. When Adrian was the bat, then he fucking bit his fucking head off. Just an absurd movie, but it was a lot of fun.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely one of his more outrageous films.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 3-2 in favor of Grown Ups now. And next up, I kind of feel like I know how this is going to go, but it's funny to bring this film up regardless. We got Grown Ups or we got Grown Ups 2.
Oh, definitely the first Grown Up. I thought 2, dude, like, and this is one of those weird things too. Like, my dad, for some reason, was like just raved about Grown Ups 2. He's just like, oh, it was so good.
He was.
I'm like, I thought the first one was way the fuck better. What are you talking about? And like, I know that Stone Cold in the I know one. That Stone Cold was in the second one. Taylor Lautner, that's a whole other fucking story. Because he was annoying as fuck in The Ridiculous Six. Which I've gotten into on here. But like, even if it had Stone Cold, like the storyline was choppy. Rob Schneider wasn't in it either. And like, there was just a few things I'm like, honestly, I think I've watched Grown Ups 2 one time, and I don't think I've ever seen it again.
I saw that one in theaters for sure, I know.
But like, I really, the first one felt wholesome, and like it had a meaning and a story, and like it was kind of cool to be like, let's bring everybody back together for another one. But like, to me, 2, like 1 was way better than 2. Because 1 felt like more of the classic Sandler formula, whereas like 2 felt real choppy and fucking absurd.
Yeah, 1 was a buddy ensemble comedy, whereas 2 was a kind of like a cash grab. Hey, look at all these celebrities we're bringing in here. We got Shaq, we got Stone Cold, we got all these. Look at all the fucking celebrities at this barbecue. Isn't this cool? Like it felt like that a little more.
See,
which is some people's complaint for Happy Gilmore too.
How biased can I be whenever I prefer Grown Ups 1 to 2 because Stone Cold's in it, you know? But it's like, no, I have always had that opinion. I'm like, well, it's not even close for me because I've still only seen that once, and I'm like, it's so funny that I like bring that up though because that's one of the things he swears by it. He's like, oh, Grown Ups 2 is great. And it's like that. No, it's not even close to as good as the first one. To me. So I don't know. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking to that one.
Alright, so it is 4-2 in favor of Grown Ups.
Doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Doing pretty well.
Next up we got Grown Ups or we got Mr. Deeds.
Ooh.
Touched on it some on my segment as well.
I know.
Yeah, I really enjoy Mr. Deeds.
I definitely consumed them at very different times, in my life too. I mean, I saw them 7 or 8 years apart. And I was like in junior high whenever, or like, just done with it whenever Grown Ups came out. And I mean, I was like in kindergarten whenever Deeds came out, so like, but I did see that early on too, and then I rewatched that one. But that one's a really good lesson movie too. I don't know, that is a hard one. It's kind of like that's the closest one to anger management in deciding that fact.
And yeah, it's a good lesson film for sure.
I might, and maybe I don't agree with this fully. I don't know, but I think tonight I may go in favor of Grown Ups by a little bit over Deeds.
Okay.
I didn't know if I was gonna do that. I was kind of against it, and then I was like, maybe that's a right now opinion.
All right. Well, it's hanging in there, doing damn well. 5-2 in the lead.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Next up, we got Grown Ups or we got The Longest Yard.
Man, that's tough because that's a banger. Like, we just filled with people like Burt Reynolds, Chris Rock, Stone Cold, Kevin Nash, Goldberg, The Great Khali.
Yeah.
Fucking Cruz playing like shit. That's his problem.
A lot of wrestler talent in that film.
Remember that? It had so many people in it too. That had so many names.
Yeah,
the Warden, Captain Knauer, like there were so many like people that were well known in that.
Yeah, honestly, now that I'm really thinking about it though, and I do love The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't put it in the top 5.
Yeah.
I probably would slide something else in that spot, but it is just such a fun film.
I know. I think I am actually going to give that to The Longest Yard though.
Yeah.
So the Deeds one is really tight. That's really hard.
The Longest Yard's like, it is another football comedy of his.
Saw that
it's like, it feels like The Waterboy was just like silly slapstick fun, and like The Longest Yard had like a grit to it in a way too.
Yeah. Well, and it had a touch, like it touched on that. There was like, oh, these guys are in prison and shit, and like there was like
a remake from Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, but it was cool because Burt Reynolds was in it.
Yeah, he's the coach.
I've rewatched the first one time. Have you watched it? Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen the original though.
I think I've only seen it once, but I just wanted to check it out.
So that's 5-3 now. So you gave that one the longest yard, right?
Yep.
All right. Down to the final two. This is another one that was on your list, but like now that it's on my mind, I'm like, man, I actually really did enjoy this film, and it did get a lot of hate. But Grown Ups or Click?
Yeah, I honestly, whenever I saw Click, I thought it was great. Like, but it also kind of throws you for because some people will say like, oh, that was just a dream he was having, but then other people, well, I guess he finds the remote at the end and stuff too. It says Christopher Walken's character is just like, oh, I know you'll do the right thing this time. It's insinuating that actually all did happen and he rewound it. But like, whenever I was a kid and I watched Click and I was only 10, I thought that it was all just a dream, and like, even though he found the remote, like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess like it actually did happen, and he actually gave her the remote. It was like, oh,
I almost feel like it's left up to your interpretation. It's one of those movies that leaves it to your interpretation.
Yeah.
Kind of. I kind of like.
It's a great lesson film though.
I like the reality a little bit that it is kind of a dream. Like he had this universal remote, and he fell asleep in this Bed Bath & Beyond with this remote, and he had this wild ass dream. I kind of like that. His life flashed before his fucking eyes, and he woke up and was like, "Fuck, I got to do things different."
In the fact that he was like left, I could see that take, but I did think it was like Click was pretty damn good.
Anytime I see a Bed Bath & Beyond, I think of Click.
Yeah, I do too.
Which I think they might have went bankrupt or something.
So mine's Grown Ups or Click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may give that one to Click by a little bit.
All right, the competition,
at least tonight,
is punching back here at the end.
Punching.
It's 5-4 heading into the final round.
That's how yours was. Out of favor though.
And it's another one that was on your list. And this is one that you already sang some praises for, so I don't know how this fares for grown-ups, but either way, it's making out even at the worst here.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we got Grown-Ups, and we got That's My Boy.
That's My Boy.
I figured.
That's My Boy, dude. I don't know, man. Like, it's so funny because my sister... It's so funny that I have just around Adam Sandler. That's how popular he is, just in my family and shit too. It's like my sister hates the way he talks in this. Daddy fucking Megan. It's like I thought it was funnier than hell.
He definitely like lays it on thick.
But see,
and the obnoxiousness.
But
in that movie.
How can you fucking hate that if you're anybody? And then somehow love or like Little Nicky. It's like, no, it's both wild accent bullshit.
I mean, they're wildly different concept films. So.
But but also if you're judging based on the way he's talking, then come on.
Yeah.
Fucking...
If that's the case, then yeah. I mean, they're both similar, but they're different, but they're similar kinds of like absurdity.
The movies are both fun. Honestly, I think That's My Boy. It's close. I don't know where it would rank because I also love Funny People, Anger Management, Deeds. Like, it would be hard to make the top 5. I mean, I do think, like I said earlier, Billy Madison and Nicky are in there with Happy Gilmore, but the other two, it's up for debate. It's hard. I would have to really think about that too. But that's why you make a top 10, because I'm like, then I can include more.
Yeah.
Yeah, That's My Boy, man. I don't know. It may be probably more of a hot take. I think that's a banger. Like, I fucking love it. It had some great music in it. It had some great people in it. It was kind of like this has been Sandler all these years, and now he's like getting a lot of his other people involved as he's, still doing these movies and helping get younger guys over and like actors and Sandberg like in that one, and I thought it was entertaining as hell. And I'm not saying that's like a definitive, oh man, that would beat the shit out of Grown Ups or anything, because I love Grown Ups. But I would say at least by a little bit of a margin, that's my boy.
Alright, so that evens out the board, 5-5.
Evens out the board. Look at this, we made it through without having to take a piss break. Alright, well, I think that concludes this or that. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with the movie swap review segment, as well as some good old classic, good, the bad, the shits. Stay with us. We will see you here in a moment.
Welcome back to episode number 238. I believe it's time to roll into the movie swap segment here.
Oh yeah. 2 movies just watched here recently.
Yeah.
Glory and The Long Walk.
Yeah. Couple pretty good ones. Yeah, The Long Walk, watching that again, I'm like, man, they made that thing feel like pulled at you, and it was intense, and like they showed a lot of the death like right on screen.
Mm-hmm.
But they found a way to not make it go so far to where you were like, I'm out, which is crazy, because it was killing innocent young men basically the whole movie.
Yeah,
but like they still found a way to emotionally keep you invested in these characters, even though you knew inevitably a majority of them were going to be dead by the end of the film.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, 50 of them put out there, and like 49 of them were eventually going to get killed, like, or just die from not being able to keep the pace up.
Yeah.
For that many days in a row, which, I mean, how the hell could you, That was a different concept for sure. I thought, like, I thought it was like intriguing the whole movie though.
It's crazy too that it's such a simple concept, but it was like pulled off so well. Originally a Stephen King book, one of his like really early books.
Wasn't it his first book? You said?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like his first published like novel. But and it was even like decently short. But yeah, he was like, I don't know, like 19 or 20 or something, I think, with that one. But yeah, you can kind of feel that it was like I said, maybe this had to do with like the draft and stuff like that, because I think it did come out around that era when that stuff was happening. He was a young guy in America at that time, and like, might have just been a way to, deal with it, kind of, because you can sort of feel that it's like, oh, you just got pulled in this lottery to go do this, and you're doing it to defend the honor of your people. And Vietnam was like one of the first wars, the first war that like they televised back home. People could flip on TV and watch the war, and that was a concept in The Long Walk too, where it was like, oh, we got these television cameras following you so the nation can follow along your guys' journey together, and they were all gonna end up dying besides one.
Oh yeah.
And like some of the lines they said too felt like it was like kids at war, because it was like the other main kid that was friends with him. I really liked him too. I almost feel like he's the one that stole the show, because there was Cooper Hoffman played like the main kid, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. Yeah, Peter McVries, his like buddy along the journey. And he's like, oh, I thought, he's like, I just had this weird feeling in the back of my head that it was all going to be fake. The first victim was going to go down, and they were going to shoot the gun, and confetti was going to come out, and then we were all going to go home, and now it feels real. And it's like, that feels like kind of like war too, where it's like, you don't really I'm sure you don't feel the weight of how real all this is until you actually feel the weight of it.
Yeah.
And are in it, you know.
So you're met with your own mortality.
Yeah, or just like seeing someone's life get taken like that right in front of you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I mean. It was a really heavy movie, but it was also like, it never felt like it was just like beating down on you with its heaviness, which is weird because it was all about that. Like, a country that had gone to shit and lost its way and had no money and no pride anymore, and like this event was supposed to bring that back, but it was actually just like an event of endurance, but it was actually just a horrible, meaningless, kill off your young, capable men event.
Yeah.
It was very dystopian in that way too.
Yeah.
It was like, it was a alternate reality of like, oh, you know, which almost is like why I said it felt like, oh, could have been like his meaning for like the draft or what was going on in America at the time, because it was still America, but it was like nothing like America, you know?
No, it definitely seemed like it didn't really give you an exact time frame, but that dystopian kind of future made it feel like, okay, well, this could be applicable to any time because of its concept, you know what I mean? If things really hit the fan, like in that sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, but it didn't seem like it served really anybody a good purpose, because by the end they were going to form some brotherhoods and some friendships and stuff, and like that stuff wasn't going to matter anyway. Which, as it turns out, that's the way it went down. And like the guy that was kind of the main character ended up, you know, sacrificing his own self.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was kind of interesting and cool how they did the movie too, because the story took place in such a long time ago. But like, they made the movie feel modern, but they never put a time frame on it, because some of like the cars and the imagery and scenery and landscape and everything felt old, but all the characters felt modern. So it was like you didn't really know what time this was in, but it could have been any time, because it was just some dystopian reality anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was...
it kept me locked in like the whole time, and I was kind of thinking, I was like, I knew it was going to shake out somehow between him and his friend Pete, you know, and I just didn't know the way it was going to go. And of course, like, whenever he's met with, oh, should I kill the major? Like, he's going to want to, because that's what his friend wanted anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Which is that was kind of a dark ending as well, because it was
yeah, and then he just walked off.
Because McVries was like, he was kind of the character that had the light. You know, he was carrying the hope, basically the whole movie, for everybody. He had that like great speech where he talks to about how rough his upbringing, his life was, and he kind of grew up on the streets and bounced around from home to home where he could, and got in fights and got knifed up really bad and almost died, and that's when he like kind of turned himself around and was like, I gotta start finding the hope and the positivity and the happiness in every day in my day-to-day life, and like truly start living life. And he's like, it's not always easy. Like that whole speech that he was like giving to the main kid, Cooper Hoffman's character, is like, that was really well done. Like, it almost felt like the actor that played him, what was his name? Because I'm like, man, he was pretty damn phenomenal in that movie. He almost like stole the show, I think. Not that like Cooper Hoffman was obviously really good too in his role. David Johnson, yeah. And you had Ben Wang, he was funny too, the kid that played Olsen.
Yeah. And his ending was so sad too. It's like, he just fell apart.
He's like calling for
standing
them
up.
And shit.
Yeah.
I forget what he went on about, where he was like, he put his gum in his pocket and they were saying he was gross, and then he's like, oh, it's not like blah blah blah, whatever it was, and he's like, I would never do that. That's fucking disgusting. Like enunciated it.
I know what you're talking about. That was like early on.
Yeah.
It was so sad just seeing how all of them too, like what they turned into as the walk just kept going on because everybody was so full of life and ready to go at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh, this is not going to go well.
Yeah, I mean, it was going to beat down on him as it went on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. Yeah, I mean, it was like, there was probably like a 20-ish minute period, 25 minute period where it was just like, you're getting to kind of know the cast of characters here, and that was just like a fun period in the movie, because it was like just getting to meet all the characters and all the clashing and goofy personalities. That one dude, that fucking twitchy guy, I would have hated having that dude around.
The guy was fucking with him?
The bandana dude, with the long hair, and
yeah.
He was just like fucking with everybody. And he like comes up to him later, he's like, Ray. And he's like putting his arm around him and stuff and grabbing his shoulder. Like, you gotta get the fuck away.
No,
from me.
I thought he was setting something up or like trying to get him to gain his trust, something like to fuck him over later. The guy was like, I got plans.
I think he was just like mentally slipping.
Oh yeah. Well, and honestly, we talked about that. It's like if after days, it's like you're gonna definitely be more rational and erratic. Just being up and trying to like do it, you're gonna like start losing it a little bit.
He's like, stay away from us, killer. We don't want nothing to do with you. He's like, what's what you fucking say to me? You can't say that shit to me. Just the way he was acting. It's like,
oh yeah.
It's like, this guy's gonna fucking charge up behind us with a knife or something.
I thought he was gonna try to trip them and fuck them over like a few of the characters. And then like he got the trust of them. He's like, I wanna be in on it. Be in the group, like it's like.
And that was because they were all kind of losing it at that point too.
Yeah.
But he felt like he was like, I'm getting left out here.
Yeah.
They're not including me, and I'm the odd man out now because everybody else is
part
gone.
of the plan. Yeah, like whatever the winner does for everybody else's like wives or whatever. I know they talked about that a little bit.
So why didn't you guys ask me when you were talking about that? It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe because you've been a bastard this entire fucking time.
Oh yeah. But then he started struggling, so he needed them.
Because it was like that clique. We're all together and alive still, and everybody else had kind of gone, and they all fucking hated him. So he's like, I gotta try to fucking find an end.
Especially once it was down to like 6 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty damn well done though.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one for sure.
It's on
Long Walk.
You guys want to check it out? And then you gave me Glory.
Yep.
Which I had seen before. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd seen it a couple times, but it had been a long time.
Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman.
Matthew Broderick.
First all African American regiment.
Yeah. The
Civil War.
All the a lot of escaped and freed slaves fighting on the Union.
Yep.
That was funny, that scene too, when they were like marching in their uniforms in like South Carolina, and that all the like little slave like children were standing out there like by the fence line watching them, and that one guy's like, "That's right, we escaped out of here and we came back soldiers."
That's what it kind of looks like, though.
Yeah, I mean,
like
was the case
yeah.
for a handful of them.
Yeah, true.
Like Denzel's character,
like,
I'm pretty sure.
It's not bad. I mean, they fucking... I mean, it ends kind of like... I couldn't even remember, but like, the epic ending of just so many of them still passing. I tried to get their lives for them. Yeah.
Took out the whole regiment.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's trying to...
I couldn't remember how it ended.
That was like a damn near impossible fucking fort to try to take.
Oh, yeah, and then they had the higher ground, and like every cliche possible, that's like, you're not gonna...
I mean, on top of even having the high ground, it was like a steep slope in sand.
Yeah.
Trying to get up that shit. And they like, you probably could if it was like, yeah, it was a numbers game, but with just that regiment charging in like that, it wasn't gonna happen.
From one side?
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta have... You can't be doing that. You gotta have threats on all sides. You gotta be able to... But I mean, man, they did everything they fucking could. They went out there.
And I mean, they were starting to get like cannon fire when they were pretty damn far away still on the beach. And they're like, that's when Matthew Broderick was just like, fuck it. Charge.
Yeah. I know they always want to stay in unison for a little bit in the war and just do what they gotta do, but it's just like, you gotta fucking go for it.
Especially once you start taking some heavy fire like that. Like, if you're in a big-ass group marching in, and the cannon fire is now reaching your regiment, you gotta fucking charge. Because you're just getting nailed out there at that point.
Yeah. You can't stay where you are because they know and they're fucking firing at you.
Yeah.
But like also...
At that point...
The environment they were trying to climb
your position's
up the fucking...
entirely given up, so you have no choice really but to fucking charge.
It was just because it was just such an unwinnable setting for them.
Yeah.
To have to go up there.
I think Matthew Broderick knew it going in though too.
Yeah. He didn't give a fuck. He was ready to die too.
And it was like, this is probably not going to be great. Because he like rode in that day on the beach and he's like, talking to the journalist guy. And he's like, gave him his like notes in his notebook and stuff. And he's like, if I don't make it out of this battle alive, make sure you report everything you saw here today. So he like had already kind of planned that it probably was not gonna end in his favor. Especially being like heading the charge. Yeah. Because he was the first one to try to like jump up out of that little trench they were in and fucking climb the hill. But it's like,
they saw him put
that was another thing too. It's like, dude, if you're gonna do this where you're gonna like hop up out of this trench and try to start like army crawling up this hill basically, you gotta have the whole fucking unit doing it around the same exact time as you, because otherwise they're just gonna take you out immediately.
Yeah.
You're one target. And there's a fuckload of them standing up there waiting for you. So it was pretty damn entertaining though, like just the whole movie, like the build up of everything, you know. And Denzel's character probably, I mean, he stole the show. Yeah. Watching it this time around. So like, I don't know if I've ever really, like, thought that fully. Like, I've always... I did remember his character. I remember the scene with, like, the whipping and stuff like that, too. Because, like... Yeah. That was... I think about, like... Like, I don't know, like, how tough the army was on their guys at that point. But some of that shit felt a little egregious. Especially from the drill sergeant guy. It's like, okay... I got a feeling you just fucking don't like these guys. Yeah. Because you're fucking kicking the one dude and shit when he like was having an asthma attack. You're like, oh, get the fuck up. You know? And then you're like, oh, well, he ran off, you know? He ran off, so we gotta give him some lashings. It's like, that sounds like some real slave shit. He ran off the property. Yeah. So I gotta fucking teach him not to do that again. So, like, that is definitely not the way that this dude's gonna fucking trust you or wanna fucking fight and die for you.
How many did he take? Like almost 20? 18, 20?
Yeah, it was like somewhere within that number.
Yeah. Oh, he was great. He sold it, the whole thing fucking well. Even young Denzel, man, he was right in the pocket of like what he needed to be on screen. He already had that charismatic wit and like everything that he kind of brought to his like later characters in Glory.
Because that was the thing, is he was like a powerful, good soldier and fighter. Like in the battles that they had, he succeeded immensely in hand-to-hand combat compared to like anybody else.
Yeah.
And then Matthew Broderick like saw that too and was like, he's a fucking valuable asset. Like that's why he's like, we got to get him on our side, and like gave him, you know, a rank and tried. But that was also because he also just had such an attitude, the other side of him, that was like, this guy's fucking hard to deal with. Even with like all his fellow soldiers and shit, he was like kind of a prick, you know?
Yeah.
Like when he's like that scene near the beginning of the movie when they're like all in the tent, like getting to know each other and whatnot. And like Morgan Freeman's in there, and the one dude that like had the stutter, like couldn't read and stuff like that. And he's just like, we got a bunch of old guys, field hands, and morons. Ain't that a bitch?
There were some really good lines in that movie.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman like gave it to him too.
Oh yeah,
in the movie.
Oh yeah. No, that was a good little speech to Denzel.
Because that it almost felt like he sort of changed his tune a little bit after that too. Because they were like kind of embarrassed him, but it also just kind of like humbled him. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Like he felt the realness in it, I guess, in what he was saying. But yeah, that was a pretty high-powered cast in that.
Oh yeah, no, I saw a lot of recognizable faces, honestly. And like that whole movie, I certainly remember it more than I feel like I did growing up. Like I remember like glimpses, probably when we watched it in American film, like history through films. But soaking it all up again, I was like, damn, yeah, that's a hell of a fucking movie.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty underrated, like, kind of war film, I feel like. Especially, like, for the cast and the performances and just the overall story, because it doesn't hold back on you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the language and it felt very of the times. Like the racism of the era, and like, and also it was a true story, so it wasn't afraid to end on a bit of a downer. It was like, this is how it played out, man.
Yeah.
You know? But their story was like a major inspiration for a lot of like newly freed men to try to join up and fight for the cause, you know?
Yeah.
They were like, because they were the first. But yeah, it was well done too. What was that one on? Peacock, right?
I think we watched it on Hulu.
Hulu, that's right.
With some ads.
Disney and Hulu, it's on.
Yeah. Tubi. All those.
If you want to watch some ads, yeah.
Well, we got to watch some ads anyway.
Yeah.
Throw next ones out there.
Yep. Do you want to go? Or?
Yeah, sure. I'll throw it. I'll throw mine out there before it gets too late up in this motherfucker. Alright. How about this? Speaking of the Sandman, Adam Sandler, we're going to give you this one. Uncut Gems.
That's why we did this or that. No, I'm kidding.
No. Yeah, well, no, I don't think so. But I was honestly thinking, wow, you haven't seen that, it'd be a good episode to throw that one in there. Because I think I was going to add it on your list, even maybe a while back. And then I don't think I actually kept it on there. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, fuck, we never did watch that. I think I've seen that only once in its entirety. Mm-hmm. Came out in 2019. I probably saw it then or the year after. But it says, this is actually, because it's kind of a comedy too, but it also says it's a critically acclaimed crime thriller directed by the Safdie brothers, starring Adam Sandler as Howard Ratner, a charismatic but debt-ridden New York City jeweler and gambling addict. The film follows his frantic attempts to balance high-stakes bets, his business, and his family while pursuing a rare Ethiopian opal, leading to a tense, anxiety-inducing experience for viewers. It is praised for its frenetic pace, strong performances, and direction, and is considered a modern classic by many.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard basically nothing but good things about it.
Yeah,
that synopsis sounds like a freaking Guy Ritchie film.
Like, it is meant to make you feel kind of like this very intense, just how, how it kind of feels to be, kind of like gambling with just all those emotions and weight to all the moves that you make kind of thing. So I will say it definitely puts you in the element of what the film kind of is, but I mean, I do love his performance in it, but I was like, and maybe there was a little, like, I didn't really know, because I knew I liked it, but I was like, maybe I do need to see it again, because I think I've only seen it once. I did enjoy it, but some people were like, oh, it's Adam Sandler's best performance ever, blah, 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 and like, I don't know if I can definitively say that. I mean, we'll watch it again, and we'll see. I did enjoy it, though, because it was definitely different compared to, like, a lot of the stuff that he does. It did have funny moments for sure too.
That was an A24 film, I'm pretty sure.
It might have been.
Yeah.
But it was a good one, and I definitely am curious enough to show you it and also rewatch it myself.
Yeah, I've been interested to check that one out.
But it feels like an appropriate episode to throw it out on too.
Yeah.
So I actually added that, and I was like, okay, this would be perfect if we do this category night too. So I was like, I mean, I didn't do it but I was like, whenever we did it, I started thinking of his filmography, and I was like, I don't think you've ever seen that. Like, I know that there's a few you haven't seen, maybe. Have you ever seen The Do-Over?
I don't think so.
That's a good one, too. But we've already done Hustle, obviously, on this segment and earlier in the year, so we'll throw this one out there now.
All right. That will be the next Uncut Gems. And yours, I honestly don't know what you're gonna think about this movie. I've had it on the list for a minute, but I'm like, because it's one that I grew up with, kind of, so I enjoy it. And if you can get past the fact that it's kind of like 80s and puppets, you might enjoy it.
Oh boy.
But it's The Dark Crystal. And the synopsis is, it is a Jim Henson work, who did The Muppets. Yeah. And it's Jim Henson and Frank Oz, who did Yoda in Star Wars. But the synopsis says, a 1982 dark fantasy film, notable for being the first major film with no human actors, relying on elaborate puppets and animatronics to tell the story of the Gelfling Jinn's quest to finding a missing crystal shard and heal his world Thra from the evil Skeksis. The film is known for its intricate world building, inspired by artist Brian Frond, and its darker, more mature themes compared to Henson's Muppets work, exploring good versus evil in a world of strange, memorable creatures. So yeah, they did a Netflix like mini series too. I think they were gonna do more than one season of it, but they're like, this show's fucking expensive to make because it was all puppeteering work and like sets. But yeah, The Dark Crystal.
Well, that'll be interesting. I have definitely not seen it. You've seen the poster for Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, no, damn, okay. Well, that's a little, and those are both a little Is that like a darker tone, even for a Muppet movie?
Well, I mean, it's not even technically the Muppets.
Well, it's not a Muppet movie, you know. But like
just Jim Henson, yeah. Jim Henson fantasy film.
He was at Comic-Con one year that we did it.
Jim Henson?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm pretty sure.
There's no fucking chance Jim at Cape Con?
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, I swore we could look at the guest list of the past.
If Jim Henson was there, I would have definitely met that dude. There's no way Jim Henson was
You say that.
I think Jim Henson's dead.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck was there. It was somebody that did all those things and like fucking Pikachu and somebody else.
Jim Henson died in 1990.
Oh, I don't think maybe it wasn't him then. Yeah, I guess we missed the mark by a couple years.
I was gonna say, I feel like Jim Henson was way too big of a name.
Maybe it was somebody. Yeah, I was gonna say that worked on some of his projects. I don't really know exactly. Maybe they're like, oh, maybe that's the way they sold it. He worked with Jim Henson.
It might have somebody that was part of the Jim Henson
I think it was
company or something.
It might have been the way 2 years ago. But yeah.
The Dark Crystal, though. The Dark Crystal and Uncut Gems, which is kind of funny. Movie involving a diamond and a movie involving a crystal.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Alright, well, last portion here of the show.
Yep.
The good, the bad, and the shits. What do you got?
Alright, well, I don't even know if you've heard about this yet, actually, so this is kind of interesting. But you see that Paramount acquired the Nightmare on Elm Street screenplay rights from the Craven estate.
I think so, yeah. Because they were talking about maybe making another one.
Yeah. Closed the deal for the U.S. rights to Nightmare on Elm Street. And they plan on adapting it, rebooting it. So I don't know if they're going to reboot it into like a whole new series. Or if they're just going to like readapt a film and see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat. Because it's been forever, it feels like, since anything's been done with the Nightmare on Elm Street property.
Mm-hmm.
I would highly doubt at this point that Robert Englund plays him. I think it would be really neat if he still had a cameo role in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did something, though.
That would be sick.
But yeah, just what do you think in general about Paramount announcing rebooting the Nightmare on Elm Street series?
I think ironically I'm gonna maybe say fair, because I wouldn't mind seeing like a new version or adaptation of the Nightmare on Elm Street films, even with somebody else than Robert Englund. I mean, they've already broken that anyway with doing Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's, oh no, it's his role, it's blah, blah, blah. It's like, you can probably bring somebody else in. I mean, we're always going to have the legendary
Hopefully
ones.
they can bring in somebody that people like more.
Yeah.
And they actually do something different with the story.
I don't think they will, but I had seen already on a poster too that was like, you could probably imagine who they put in fucking everything. And he's great. He's fantastic. But like, we'll see. I don't know if that's official or not. But I had seen like a side-by-side with like Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, and so I was like,
I really do hope that they kind of make it somebody that you don't fucking, nobody knows them.
Yeah.
Because that would just, it really would be the best, because it would be like, that was, with Robert Englund.
There's really no expectation.
Yeah, then you see Freddy. Yeah. You don't see this guy playing Freddy.
I agree. I don't think it needs to be. I think you need to make it, if you're going to reboot it and kind of do the story in some ways, it should be a fresh take. You know what I mean?
I think the story should be fresh and everything. You can have like Nancy, you can have characters' names and shit like that again, but like, make it fresh. don't try to, let's, keep a
this
lot of the
is a
elements
reboot
of
of
the
what
original.
this one was. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think
You
they
already
should just
tried
make
that
it different.
shit.
You in the fact that the whole thing is based on him coming after you in your dreams. Like you have so much room of what you can do that I feel like there's no reason to have to rinse and repeat with a 2020s take on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you can just do a different story.
But it is kind of neat. I was kind of hyped when I saw that, just because I'm like,
I would love to see another.
Oh hell yeah! Because now we're getting the Crystal Lake series. It's gonna be a prequel.
I hope they do it well. Is that actually gonna be a series?
Yeah,
that's on.
They're
HBO?
filming it now.
Oh.
I think I can't remember.
What is Jason, a kid or something?
Yeah, it's kind of focuses more on Pamela, I think. Because they have somebody playing.
They're gonna be bullying him.
Playing Pamela,
one of the funniest.
Yeah, Linda Cardellini is playing Pamela.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Who played fucking Velma?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man. No.
It's gonna be on Peacock. It's coming out this October.
Okay.
Yeah, it's focusing on Pamela and the events that led up to Jason's legend. Produced by A24. It's probably gonna be dope.
I hope so.
Stars Linda Cardellini as Pamela and follows her descent into madness after her son's drowning.
When Freddy's like, "You ugly little shit."
So yeah, it's just kind of neat that both of those franchises have just kind of felt like they've been fucking put on ice for a long time at this point. And now around the same time it's like, oh, we're gonna do something
cool.
with them.
That's cool. I mean, it eventually should come anyway because those characters are still insanely popular. It's just don't make them look stupid. Don't make them do anything stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I kind of like that Friday the 13th too is a prequel that's focusing on Pamela, because we haven't seen a whole lot of Pamela and we have seen a fuckload of Jason. So it's this will be something different. And Nightmare on Elm Street, like you said, they could do so much different if they just put their minds to work, and you get fans in there that are writers that actually have some ideas for directions.
I mean, I wouldn't even mind if they wanted to tell the origin story leading into the first scares and shit, and the first one. You know what I mean? If they wanted to be like, oh, this is what Freddy. You know what I mean? Instead of going back to it, just kind of tell his, journey and stuff, and to some of the sketchiness, and oh fuck, this is, what the hell is this dude doing?
Yeah.
It's
I think that'd be kind of cool too, because
they could actually tell it from the ground up.
You haven't seen a lot of that either. They did a little bit of that in the remake, but
and they referred to some of the stuff in
throughout
Freddy's
the
dead,
yeah.
and some of the other parts. The bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Even in the third one they did some of his backstory, and even in the original, they
dig it up.
Yeah, the Nancy confronts her mom about it and shit.
It's terrifying whenever in the remake he runs out burning alive from that building. No, stop!
You killed an innocent man.
Yeah, he's he.
It was after that dream that he
killed
had.
an innocent man.
Now
he's after us.
This guy was putting fucking lawn rakes to little kids' backs and shit. I don't think this guy was very fucking innocent.
That's.
Come down here.
And you kids were his
Come
life.
down here and help me with my picture. Get the fuck out of here,
I'll
man.
show you a special place. It's what are you doing?
Being a fucking weirdo, man. That's why they burned him up in there.
Oh yeah.
But no, it would be kind of that's the thing with Freddy though. You gotta dance that weird line with him, because they made him into almost a pop culture icon throughout the 80s in the series, where it's oh, he's having fun, ah ha ha ha, doing his shit, and people loved it, his one-liners, all the stuff. But if you really, really dig into the backstory of Freddy, it is fucking dark and vile. So it's you can take that in either direction. with his character, really. You can make it dark as hell
Mm-hmm.
if you want a take on it.
I think they should make it dark with this time, too, and, like, kind of... Because, like, Robert Englund was the guy, and he was good at both, but eventually it just became more of a joke in itself, you know, and then they redid... They went and did New Nightmare, which is a little darker of a take. They brought him back for Freddy vs. Jason. So it was, like... Yeah, it's had some of both, for sure.
The meta.
But I think you should fucking take it into a dark direction.
Yeah,
I mean, that there can't be some jokes
and stuff there a little more. They definitely could take it dark.
They should show his, like, for the first fucking act of the movie, they should, like, show how it all fucking happens, you know?
Be like Rob Zombie's Halloween, but with Freddy Krueger.
They should. No, they should totally do that. I'd fucking see that opening night for sure.
I mean, I probably will anyway.
I probably will anyway, too. But, yeah, I think that'd be sick. Wait, so, oh yeah, I said fair. Okay. Alright. So, I'm not even going to look because I remember the one that I have so far here. And we're getting ready to see it tomorrow, the OMNIMAX. So, what do you think after all these years that we've seen? I don't know if you took field trips when you were younger to the OMNIMAX and saw some stuff or not. But what do you think, Foley, everything you've seen there, the Star Wars movies, what do you think of the OMNIMAX experience? Can be pretty overwhelming because it's huge, but it's an amazing way to take in a movie, I think, too.
Yeah, it's definitely... It's hard to say because it is an experience more than anything. It's like because it's a totally different viewing experience than basically anything else you're gonna get.
But there are only certain movies that I feel like are fitted to that format that really make sense.
Yeah, and it's not like the majority of time that I'm gonna go see a movie, I wouldn't want it to always be there. Like I wouldn't want to go there a lot and see movies, you know. But it is cool, like every now and then, let's pop in there and see something, just because it is kind of an interesting, different thing. So for that, I'd probably say fair because it's definitely. I wouldn't say it's like my preferred choice of like movie viewing because
we always saw Star Wars at other theaters too, and then saw it there also.
But like it is a neat experience because like even if you've gone, it's been a minute and you go back and you like get back in there, you're kind of like holy shit at first again. It's because it is such a massive screen, but that can also be a detriment if you have shit going on across the whole screen because then you almost feel like you're like, oh fuck.
You got to get a good seat.
Yeah. That's why we got to get there kind of a little early so we can kind of be up near the front of the line.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting there early.
Yeah. We don't got to pay to park there either. I don't think the last time. Unless they fucking changed that by now.
Oh, I didn't have my car there, so that'd be stupid. Anything to make $1. But see, now I'm pretty psyched for it too because I'm like, we haven't been there in so long, and we saw like probably within 4 or 5 years we saw like at least 4 movies there. So the only Star Wars movie we didn't see there was Solo.
Yeah.
At least me and you. We're like the only two to watch like everything there.
Yeah, we saw all of them, huh?
Yeah.
Even Force Awakens we saw there?
Yeah. Well, no, that was the big group, and like that was Mike Atkins and Stevens, and we all saw it together. And then Last Jedi we all saw when I got back, and Rogue One, but Stevens didn't see, I don't think either one of those there. But he did see Rise of Skywalker with us, with Joe. We saw most of them with Gene and Nick, except Rise of Skywalker, because we just saw that with Justin. I don't remember entirely as sharp a details as I would have, but yeah, I know me and you saw all of them, except Solo, because that one did come out in OmniMax.
Yeah. The OmniMax. Yeah, they gotta make it sound
like it's even bigger than the IMAX.
Yeah, but what's funny is I feel like the OmniMax was doing movies before the IMAX was really like majorly took off and was like the thing, you know?
Dude, we used to go on field trips and watch fucking shark videos and shit there.
Yeah. Do like
Shark
space videos and shit.
Some of that stuff looked amazing there because it's just that dome. That that's only it's only like one of 10 or 11 places in the world that have that.
The galaxy, like shit on the OMNIMAX is really cool when it's on like the whole dome because it really does almost feel like you're in like a fucking spaceship. And there you're like, damn.
I remember reading that to you guys like in recent because I was like, oh my god, the Science Center showing the Force Awakens. Let's go see it there too. But yeah, it's that dome sort of feel for like a film we have one of the only like 10 or 11 in the world. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's special. It is like feels like a special event thing. I'll pop in there and see one every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not it's still hard to beat. Just
there's maybe one movie
like
a year.
DLX screening and a nice reclined seat.
There's maybe one movie a year that's worthy of seeing, like, or that's even released into the OmniMax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm excited because we've been out of there for so long. But we went several times within those few years. But they were all sick. Like, I love seeing Star Wars like on the DLX screen or whichever screen we'd see it on, and then also seeing it there. You know. Because I saw pretty much all those. Solo I saw the least amount of times. I think I saw it twice, though. Because we all saw it, and then I think I saw it with Stevens. Or my grandpa. But yeah. We went to a lot of viewings of those Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Anyway, you got one more?
Got one more for you.
Alright.
What do you think about sleeping in pajamas? I feel like I used to always kind of be that guy. Oh, I'm gonna gym shorts and like a thin t-shirt on. And I still do that sometimes, a lot more in like winter, but I feel like, I don't know if it's just the older you get or whatever, like I run a little hotter.
Yeah,
like I'm at least not wearing a fucking shirt to bed. And like, didn't used to think, I'm not, and I still haven't, but like I get the naked sleeper thing now. Like I'm like, I bet you that does feel pretty fucking freeing and nice. I can do it anytime I want it, I just don't do it. It just because it doesn't feel like because I haven't. I'm like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I feel like I'd have to clean my sheets sooner if I slept naked in there every night, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it is like
so sleeping in
pajamas.
You mean like pajamas?
Just I mean, and that can mean a variety of things.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like you have to have like.
Well, I mean, as opposed to just
sleep
gym
like
shorts and whatever.
Gym shorts or your underwear.
A lot of times now, what I'll do is just underwear and a shirt.
Yeah.
But
a lot of times I'll do like gym shorts and that's about it.
But I definitely feel that though. I'm like, I run it. Sometimes it's just hot. Even with the air on, you're like, dude, it's fucking steaming in here.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just like a thing that happens as you age.
We produce a lot of heat, man.
Yeah, I know.
As human beings.
Sucks too when it's already hot outside. That's what I think about. If I'm already like hot as fuck,
yeah,
I'm like I feel like I can feel the heat coming off my body right now.
We're still creatures just living out there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think about that quite often. We're just fucking other meat sacks out here.
Civilized.
Wandering around. All these other meat sacks out here wandering around too, hopping around in the grass and shit. It's like, you lucky fucker. You get to just search for an acorn and climb a tree. I gotta fucking get out here and work in this shit. I gotta fucking provide for myself.
In a very structured environment.
At least I don't have something, I guess, trying to chase me down and eat me.
Yeah. That's because we won. It's because we won.
Had to develop some weapons to beat some of them, but yeah, what do you think overall? Because I do love, don't get me wrong, I love some pajamas.
It's pretty comfortable more in like the winter when it's cold than it is.
I'll wear pajamas, pajama like bottoms and shit around the house all day if I'm just chilling around the house by myself.
Like I still have those pajama pants, but I don't really have like any shorts or anything like that. Because like sometimes I'll wear a shirt, sometimes I won't. I mean, like I guess the majority of the time I do. Because I at least don't like most of the nights I don't have shorts on, but sometimes I'm just too damn tired. I don't like switch anything, and I still have like socks on. I'm like, no, I don't ever try to fall asleep with socks on. Yeah, because it's just way too.
Oh, I hate that.
That's where you gotta you really gotta let your feet breathe during the night because they don't get a chance really other than that.
Yeah, I never sleep with socks. I feel like I did as a kid, and like I got to a point where I'm like, this is horrible. I sleep a lot of times with my feet outside of the covers now, even. Yeah. I'm like, if there's anything on my body too that's like over fucking heating when I'm trying to sleep, it's my feet's like the first thing to go.
Yeah. Although sometimes when you do have it cold and you're wearing like that like low of layers and stuff like that, or no socks, no shorts, you're like the air, you go to bed, the air feels good, and then you wake up and you're like, ooh. Yeah. You're like, it's a little cold now. But it's kind of nice though, because you just fucking, get comfy all over again on the covers.
Extra layers of clothes you peeled off close, so you can throw them back on if you need to later.
I just hug the blanket a little tighter. Honestly, you'll be all right. You need to go to sleep in slightly, especially if you have a choice in the matter, in slightly cooler temperature anyway. So.
Yeah, dude, I remember there was an era where Tyler, like, I don't even know how the fuck he did it. He loved it. He would sleep hot, bro. It'd be like, he'd have a big cover on, like a pillow up around his head, like tucked up into his chin, and a heater, like, right next to him.
Like he was fucking... He was skiing down the slopes or something.
Like, Jesus
it's really comfy to be really warm in like the winter though, because like there's no way I could even. It's so funny how it's so different once it's actually hot outside. Like how much drastically you're like, no, I need to feel differently than this. Like I can't.
It's your body, you need that temperature regulation. When it's hot as fuck, you're like, I gotta cool down, and when it's cold as shit, you're like, I gotta warm up. Mm-hmm. It is kind of funny though, your body's like never satisfied with the temp.
I know, it needs to be like a certain level. Oh, I didn't save for that yet. I mean, I don't know, like, I would maybe say overrated if I felt like a ton of people still wore pajamas, and I'm sure like a good amount of people still do, but it's not like it's, we've gotten a lot sloppier and differently. I mean, like people express themselves differently, whatever, you can wear, the clothes you want to wear and stuff, but it's like we've gotten very, like people aren't going to bed like, oh, I gotta wear proper pajamas and stuff like that anymore, or suits to work and everything. So it's more like
sleep shirt, and a little hat.
Yeah. Oh my god. Why do you need a hat to go to sleep? What are your fucking just flat top hat or your little doctor hat or whatever?
It looks like, I don't know, like an elf or something. Like the little long cap. Look like a sock on your head or something. Hmm.
Yeah, we call that some goofy shit.
That's when people would sleep and they'd snore like, Hugh.
Yeah.
Hugh. All the whole
like a 90s animated cartoon. I think I'm gonna go
looking like Scrooge and shit.
I might go probably fair on that one though, to be honest.
Alright.
I was maybe thinking about going overrated, but I also don't think it's, it's definitely not as large a percentage wearing pajamas as probably they used to be. I just wear whatever I'm on, or whatever I'm wearing, or I'll take a couple layers off, whatever. I just want to feel comfortable. But in the winter, it matters more to me because like it's really nice to be like toasty a little more in athletic pants, pajama pants, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you feel way better, way more comfortable.
Yeah, around the house, I'm basically always like, if I'm just doing stuff around the house or I'm chilling, whatever's going on, it's like, got some flannel pants or some like sweatpants a lot of times. Because that is just the most loungy, comfortable you can get.
For as many times we've talked about the theater experience, I don't know if I've ever thrown this out there, like a movies and, you know, just relating it back to that. So, what do you think about the ices? Overrated, underrated, or fair? Because I don't think they're most people's go-to. I mean, definitely people get them, but I think most people still get like a drink, like the majority, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe some people get a beer, some people get a water or whatever else too.
So like an icy, just the brand in general, or like at a movie theater?
Let's just say the movie theater, because like there's different products and stuff too. So icy's kind of a brand, but like, yeah, let's just say in the theater. I don't know, man. I love the ices. I do still get drinks, though.
I was going to say, because icy itself is like, if you really think about it, it's a pretty staple brand. Like, I can picture the logo in my head and the polar bear and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
skiing it or snowboard and shit.
Yeah, there's a little, like, sweater on, leaned up on the letters and shit, too. Like, yeah, it feels like it's,
and
as
icy.
a brand, like, pretty damn established within our culture and shit. But at the movie theater, I don't know. That's a little tough because
I think they taste super good. Once you get down to the like last fifth, though, it just doesn't want to cooperate with you.
Well, that's also when you end up like you get like a nice flow and a hole that you puncture in there, and you're like, oh, nice. And that's when you suck all the juice out, and then you just got like a clump of ice down there at the bottom.
Yeah, you gotta. You gotta mix it up until it starts to melt a little bit, and then you can just drink it all.
But yeah, I like an icy. I don't always get them. They can be a little obnoxious in a theater because, like you said, like they're way more likely to do the slurp fucking noise on you.
Yeah.
Than anything else. It's like where you accidentally randomly hit a hole in the drink, and it's like. You're like, oh,
sometimes whenever I'm really like thirsty though, I'm like, I need a drink. Like I'm like, just because that just feels.
Yeah, I've been getting, I feel like, a soda a lot at the theater recently.
I feel like 3 out of 4 times a lot I've gotten ices probably the last few years, but I do feel like I've gotten sodas. I mean, in the past especially, I've got sodas a significant amount of time.
There's been times,
dude,
in the
they have
middle
that
of
banana
summer,
one, don't they?
I think. Well, they did for the Minions movie.
They
I don't
fucking
know if
better
still be there.
It better still be there.
They might put something new in for Spider-Man.
They probably won't put anything unless they re-release Dark Berry Dr Pepper. We have nothing to talk about. No.
They do a Dark Berry Dr Pepper icy.
Dude, that would be sick. Like that wouldn't be good enough. You gotta sell that fucking shit in 12 packs. I'm buying like 14 of them. If they
just gonna put your whole walk-in closet full of Dark Berry Dr Pepper.
Yeah, oh I would. I'll pay some Smurfs to pick some up for me. We'll just get every store's fucking populace of it. You gotta try one though. They're never gonna release that shit again, dude. What's going on? I'm tempted to import it from fucking Mexico.
You just pay the premium price on it.
It's gonna be like $40 for 6 sodas.
You better cherish those things.
Yeah, no shit. Nobody's getting one of them.
But yeah, I'm gonna probably have to lean in with fair, I think, for an icy at a movie theater, because I'm glad it's an option.
Yeah.
There, because I do get them sometimes, and like I want it to be an option to get, but like I said, it definitely has its pitfalls in a quiet movie theater. Sometimes too. Like I don't care to be a little obnoxious with the icy if you're in like a freaking food court. You know, but like in a movie theater, you're like, oh damn.
It tastes phenomenal though, so I'm like, if you know how to do it, you just get to that point, and then you're like, okay, now I can stir it up.
Keep restarting.
And now, you do have to do that though, a little bit. So it is a little bit of work. But I mean, the first 4/5 of it are completely fine, and it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Don't let the 20% deter you. Yeah, they're good. They're really good. I don't always want them, but I do. Sometimes I just get up there and you see the red and the blue or the Coke one or whichever ones they got, and you're like, damn, that sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, Coke
Icy's
right
are
now.
really good. They're so good.
That's right at the OMNIMAX.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what kind of snacks we're in.
Because I remember
I'm definitely
got
getting
snacks
a drink. We're gonna be in there for we're gonna be in there for 3 hours, especially with the commercials and everything. The previews.
To get some shit.
It might give us that small square screen at first, but then it's gonna expand.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be sick.
The battle sequences will be probably super cool.
I bet the cinematography is gonna be incredible.
Seeing the big giant Nephilim creatures and seeing just the epic battle scene, it'd probably be wild.
Christopher Nolan's first one since a former movie swap review segment film, Oppenheimer. First movie. Next time we've got The Dark Crystal, Uncut Gems to review. Next solo episode. In the meantime, we've got some guest episodes coming up here, so we can't wait for those. And yeah. Be fun. Do some movie reviews.
A lot of already planned out around the corner. So
definitely, and obviously, as far as movie watches in theaters, we've got The Odyssey tomorrow. We've got Spider-Man: Brand New Day coming up near the end of July.
I feel like I've been hitting the theater. I didn't go for a minute in the year. There was a chunk for about probably 2 months almost where I didn't, and then June, I feel hit.
Mm-hmm.
Once we went to Mando and Grogu, that happened, and then I feel once June hit, I've gone to the theater a shitload the past month and a half.
Yeah.
I've seen, I don't know, by the end of July, in these 2 months, I'll probably have seen 6 movies in theaters or something like that. Pretty wild. But yeah, it's exciting.
Oh yeah, they'll be fun. Spider-Man is... Pre-sales are already insane. I was talking about that I think a few episodes ago, but they're gonna collect a fucking big opening weekend.
Yeah.
Curious to see how the Odyssey does. I try not to look. I haven't looked up anything about ratings with that. I just seen what's popped up on Facebook, but the early ones are looking good for the Odyssey. So I'm we'll see. This is another reason I love going opening night is because I want to formulate my own opinion as early as I can. And you're also seeing it when the crowd that really wants to see it's going to see it.
Yeah.
So it's fun to experience it with those people,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And got a few fun guest episodes coming up. A wrestling SummerSlam pod around the corner. Not this next time.
Time again.
Yeah, but a little after that, get into some of that. And we hope everybody's doing well out there. Have yourself a great week. And we will see you next time.